And questions will begin right away. Young knocks down the deep three. A slight difference game in shot clock. And the Chicago Bulls stay alive on a career night from Coby White.
You guys would have wanted the season to end, but when you look back on everything that you guys have been through for it to come down to this, what would you say was your biggest takeaway for this season in the game?
The biggest takeaway, I mean, we didn't, at the beginning of the year, we didn't feel like we'd be in this position. Obviously, injuries made it tough on us, and we were able to still be in this position and to give ourselves a chance, and just didn't come out and make enough plays. And
I want to start by asking you, if you are the Atlanta Hawks, what is your process and plan going into next season?
To me personally, you can do one of two things. You can do the contending route, which is you trade one of DeJounte Murray or Trae Young for another player in return, or maybe some pieces, however that works. Don't just do straight up picks and tank, because if you're going to tank, you do the other route, which is trade them both, and you just get young players, picks, assets, things of that nature, and just kind of rebuild fully from there. Which way is the better way? Depends on the offers that you get from either Trae Young or DeJounte Murray. If it were me, to me it's tough because I'm not a fan of. Because I think that you trade either one, you're never going to have a roster that's going to be good enough to win your championship. I've never been a fan of just being good enough to be a 6, maybe 5 seed and get bounced in round 1, maybe 2. That's never been the way I like to build any sort of team. Listen, it's either we're contending or we're building something that can get you to that point. I hate being in the middle. So to me, it's a little bit tough. I might lean the tear it down way, but then again, you can also say that, look, not too long ago, we were in the Eastern Conference Finals with a Trae Young led team. So it's not impossible, and you guys are in the East. It's not like you're in the tough Western Conference. So either way, I see sides of it. I might lean the tear it down way, but honestly, at this point, who really knows? I don't know what their draft capital looks like off the top of my head to know if that's even a smart option for them. Because I don't know what their whole situation is. That also is a factor that plays into it.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I've been on the record on this podcast saying that I was holding out optimism that DeJounte Murray and Trae Young would be able to play together. There were some flashes early in this season with Trae Young being off the ball that looked a lot better than last year. It's not going to work, bro. That ship has sailed in my book. For a couple of different reasons, but obviously the biggest one is just Trae Young is not it. He can't play off the ball, point blank. I shouldn't even say can't, because anybody can. It's a want to thing, right? You have to want to be mentally locked in and a threat off the ball. Steph Curry is dominant with or without the ball in his hands. I'm not saying that Trae Young has to be Steph Curry, but I'm just saying you got to be more than just sitting at the hash mark like this is fucking pro-am, bro. There's got to be more to your game when you don't have the ball. On top of the fact that, and look, he was hurt. He had was it his thumb that he broke? He had surgery on in his non-dominant hand. He didn't have a great shooting performance in this one. That's one thing. Defensively this year, Trae has been better. But, man, it's just so frustrating to watch him play defense sometimes. It's like the effort is where the effort and the decision-making is bro, what are you doing? And then the possession to end the first half in that game where he comes up and tries to, plays a risky passing lane. I think he runs past Wesley Matthews or something. They end up getting an open 3 because of it. Then comes down with the time running out at halftime, is doing a bunch of drill moves and tries to throw a behind-the-back pass to DeJounte Murray, who might have had a shot if you would have thrown a normal, simple pass, but you want to do a behind-the-back pass. He got to jump all over here to get it. The defense rotates. He can't get a shot up. And now DeJounte Murray is heated because you done gave up 3 points and then might have just taken away 3 points because you doing all this extra stuff, bro. I'm in a tough spot with Trae Young. I was a believer for a long time. He's starting to piss me off. I just the lack of growth in the areas that it's needed. It has to happen. It has to have happened. It has to have happened by now.
Mm-hmm.
So, to be honest with you, like if I'm Landry Fields, I'm the Hawks GM, if I'm in that front office, if the right call comes across my desk for Trae Young, I'm probably pulling the trigger on it. Same thing if it comes across my desk for DeJounte Murray. It's just, it's frustrating at times. And when I say the right call, I'm not trading Trae Young for nothing less than, I'm talking a lot of first-round picks, some young talent. Like, it's really got to be we're setting us up for some real success here in a couple years.
Right, not just because.
I still think Trae Young is a high-quality NBA player. I'm not 100% sold anymore if he can be that guy on the team. I think he could be a high value second option. So if you keep him and you're able to, move off of DeJounte and make some stuff work on the cap and kind of retool, cool. But they need to operate moving forward that they need to find a guy. And they need to figure out a way to get him to sort himself out on when he doesn't have the ball in his hands, because it's unacceptable at this point that somebody of his skill set and just how good he can be, and we've seen the blueprint from other players around the league, you cannot be that uninvolved off the ball. And I think DeJounte Murray did a lot to his game to try to make it work. And I feel like the same was not reciprocated with Trae Young.
Yeah.
So that's my mini rant on Atlanta, because that game, and especially how Trae Young played in that one particularly. Take the bad shooting night out of it, because like I said, he had the hand injury. Just it's those little things that irk me sometimes watching him. And it doesn't need to be that way.
Trade Trae Young to the Spurs.
I actually just saw a report today that the Spurs don't want him. They don't.
Don't blame them, but still,
I don't blame them either.
I don't blame them, but all right, get a good point guard, please. Get something, please.